I'm Chase.
And I'm Timothy.
And this is Customer Service. Good morning. It's Boulder, Colorado, and we're in Thursday, November the 11th.
It can be really hard sometimes, like that person that just walked by. We don't have our trail cam, so they wouldn't have seen it, but it's sometimes hard when you see someone and you're like, I don't know if they're stylish or if this is, I don't know how intentional is this thing. You ever feel that way?
Yeah.
We just talked about two different people that walked by that you're like, they're either, I don't know what they're doing.
There's a dude that walks by that has like I don't know. Today he had like a Carhartt jacket with the collar popped.
Let me walk you through this.
Yeah.
He's wearing a Carhartt Detroit jacket that looks pretty worn.
Mm-hmm. Collar popped.
Collar fully popped, like up and like all the way. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like not like doing it for the cold, not for the look. Mm-hmm. I would say he wears a medium. He's in a XXX. So you probably relate to him in this way.
He might be my dad.
He has then like a plaid shirt that feels like it's equally as way too big underneath that's poking out. Then he's got pretty short, baggy shorts on.
Yes, and this is his vibe always.
And then like work boots that are like unlaced.
Yes. And like the kind of
like
guy
DMX.
that you'd see him like shooting pool with like a half-smoked cigarette behind his ear. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like,
and you think, well, he's got kind of a tweaker look to him, like hair-wise, you know? But at the same time, it's like, it might be on I don't know. It's either the coolest look I've ever seen or
I see him too regularly. He's down on the west side of Pearl Street in Boulder, Colorado. It could go either way, legitimately. You literally don't know.
And we're not doxing anyone because that's describing basically everyone over here.
Come down here and poke around. You will either see somebody that an unhoused individual or a multi-gajillionaire, and they are presenting the same. So take that as you will. But I see him around. Then a lady
walked by dressed like Weird Al Yankovic, and I'm like, I'm not sure if that's like, it's almost cool, but I can't tell.
Yeah.
Like the shoes seemed off, but the rest seemed good.
Yeah. Like her jacket looked like wallpaper in like a nice restaurant, kind of. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
It looked like wallpaper from Saved by the Bell. But
that
might be the nice restaurant. I don't know what you're.
I was thinking like the event room of like a nice sushi restaurant or something. You know what I mean? Like an all-over nice flower print.
Yeah. You're a nuts guy. Okay. Well, sorry.
Oh, I was gonna start this pod off by. Here we are again. This is at least pod 5 or 6. We're stacking them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least this is 5. I've been real negative on the pod, so I just wanted to shout out anybody. If I made fun of your Aldens, or if I made fun of you wearing suits, or if I made fun of you, it's in jest.
To be fair, people make fun of us. So,
we
got to be able to throw it back a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't even know who we're directing it at. It's just
No. So if I made fun of you, I do apologize if I hurt your feelings. I am doing a bit. I loosely stand by it though. So I just wanted to throw that out there. That I realized I was real negative. There was something I was thinking. I was like, damn, I was really dogging on this archetype of guy.
You get in your like, this is why I do so much work to bother you about it. Because first I'll be like, yeah, I don't like that thing, and you'll be like, I don't like it either. And here's the laundry, and it's like, oh, now I like it. Hold on, now I'm for it. I'm gonna tell you. But it's like, you'll get in like a rhythm with like a certain thing. It's kind of like, we can't talk about it on pod, but like you'll come fully loaded to something sometimes, and I'm like, I know why he's so fucking loaded about this, but it has nothing to do with the thing.
I'll bust up in his room sometimes, out of breath, livid about something fucking silly, you know. So nonetheless, if I dogged on your ass, probably deserved it, but I hope I didn't actually hurt your feelings. And here's the actual truth. I don't care what any of you do at all. I don't care what anybody does that is not in front of my face. And if you're not hurting people
also this series of podcasts we put out, we're basically tooling people up for like them to say something so that we could go, I don't know, or you know.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's the whole
that's all
that was the whole premise.
Yeah.
So
never mind. Fuck y'all. I stand by it. Also, to start off,
just don't be nerds about stuff. That's really all it comes down. Like, you don't need to be a dork about wearing a suit. You're wearing a suit. It looks fucking cool.
Yeah, and also
you can do whatever you want, but you just don't need to be like, and you have to follow these rules.
No,
it's like, man, come on, don't make it like lame. It's like that's the whole.
And you also shouldn't care what Timothy or I think about what you wear.
Yeah,
so
who cares?
That's the
We're
main
idiots.
thing.
I'm from Indiana. I don't know what I'm talking about.
That's silly. So don't care. Also wanted to say, shout out my mom. She sent me the photo of the famed lighthouse in parking lot that I talked about on the pod. Has to be a long time ago. I have no scope of reference.
It's bigger than you'd think it would be for
It's a honker,
for a
yeah.
parking lot lighthouse.
Yeah.
I want to see
It
it.
like kind of a miniature.
Huh? I'll show you the
yeah,
photo
yeah.
after the pod. It's not
What you're thinking is what it is, to be fair.
It's not like
a
a
lighthouse parking lot.
full-size lighthouse, like one like in the lighthouse, you know what I mean? Where it'd be
Is it
three
like-
stories high. But it's a solid
Like a chode of
2.5.
lighthouse.
It might be 3 stories high if you were to put it up against a 3-story building. It's a full-ass thing.
It's a
Well,
shredded
it'd be like 3 stories if it was like in the Shire. I don't know about.
Yeah.
I don't know about
yeah.
in regular life.
No, but like
The tight 3. It's a solid 2.
it's at least as tall as the pinnacle of that building.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you
I
take
don't
a
know.
spiral
It felt a little
staircase, you go
squattier
walk
than
it up.
that, but I hear you.
Yo, you ever seen this guy's dog?
Oh.
Landlord, what up, baby?
He's tight. Me and that guy have a perfect landlord relationship, which is where is like we've shaken hands a couple times. If I see him, we give him one
Every
of these.
single time. How we doing?
I send him the rent confirmation. He says thank you. Other than that, I don't
Easy.
bother him. He doesn't bother me.
It's it's actually such a stellar agreement we have because he's also like really lax, and if we need something, he just sends over his cool IT guy that Cole has made friends with at this point.
Yeah.
They're like friends now.
I love that guy.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
be surprised if you said like he came over to help you with some stuff.
He's got this thing where he's like the most nondescript man ever. Like if I were to set up a heist, I'd be like, he's our lead man.
Oh,
no one's
literally.
gonna
you
detect.
literally
this
would
dude.
never recognize him. Respectfully.
I
Oh,
can't
totally.
remember off the top of my head what he looks like. Every time I see him, I'm like, oh yeah, it's that. He's such a nice guy.
Yeah.
But I immediately I kind of like forget him because he's so good at like blending in.
You know who he looks like?
Sometimes he'll come in here to fix something, and I'll be like, who's
Fuck's
working
this
in there?
guy?
Yeah.
He looks like the 8th grade girls basketball coach at my middle school. So consider that. But yeah, landlord rules. That's also an agreement that I've had with my landlords basically since me and Mishan have been living together, where I would say both of our landlords, if we needed to write them if they had to write us a letter of recommendation, it'd be glowing. We don't ask for anything at all. Anytime something needs to happen, we just handle it. We pay on time. Again, we ask nothing of our landlord. So great.
Yep.
Cool.
Pretty good.
Pretty cool.
Pretty good. What's going on with you? You have a nice weekend?
I had a nice weekend. Cleaned up the backyard quite a bit. Tore out the garden. Composted a bunch of shit. Got a bunch of pots and stuff cleaned out. Swept off my patio. We cooked a roast. Cole and I happened to both cook a roast. His was 6, 7, 8
You get
times
out there
better than mine.
You got out there in Longmont, it just starts getting in you. You're like,
Dude, it's like-
it's roast weather.
It's roast season.
Cole's roast was,
Just you guys with
exceptional.
tucked in flannels.
Yeah.
you know,
And
damn well, I'm not
moccasins.
tucking with that.
tucking over your big belly with your flannel.
Yeah.
You're literally describing the guy that lives across the street from me.
Oh, I know this guy.
yeah. But here's the thing.
I got this guy in my blood.
He's got
somewhere.
a- he's
You guys
got a-
just like it.
Oh, I love
resist
it.
it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I fully assimilated, and just couldn't be happier with the way my life is heading. This guy across from me, he's got like straight up Santa physique. His little waist might be tighter than mine. Like he might wear like a 30,
Snatch
but I'm
Santa.
telling you, his belly, dude,
Yeah.
his belly is at least 40 inches around. I'm telling you, like you couldn't draw it. It'd look crazy if you drew him on paper. But
Body shaming your neighbor.
no, I'm just saying he's got the Longmont body.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's
That's
got
all
the
it is.
Longmont body.
I'm
The
being
build.
respectful.
Yeah.
I'm setting the utmost praise.
Yeah. He's just fucking saying this guy looks like a Bartlett pear.
He does. He's getting the pair. That's tight. What about you? What'd you get into this weekend? I really don't think I did much else. I watched some football, caught a dub, caught a loss. Actually, that's another thing too. I was talking on the pod how I'm super into sports betting and stuff. I worry that people will think I'm a total degenerate. I did lose $22 this weekend. I'm still up a ton.
Oh.
But so
Oh,
when we're
no.
talking a big loss, that's like the most.
Big loss.
$22? No, technically 16. 16.
This is a devastating loss financially, given that the total was like 90.
Wait, what's the office bit? I will never financially recover from this.
Yeah.
No, that's from what's that dipshit that had all the lions?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That was the whole show's worth watching just to get to that part where a lion bites off a guy's hand or whatever, and he goes, "I'm never gonna financially recover from
man.
this." He's in that huge leather jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, that's
So
tight.
sick.
So-
that guy running that business, that does rule.
Is he in jail?
Yeah.
He's trying to get pardoned, but
talking
I
about-
don't think Trump came through for Tiger King.
Yeah, Tiger King. Yeah, he like called him, and I think he's kind of Carol Baskin's doing all right though. I think.
The real enemy.
I never
Yeah, the
watched the
real
series,
enemy.
to be honest with you. It was just one of those things
How do
that
you
just
know
missed
that
me.
quote then? That's like at
It's
the
just
end.
been passed around. You know what I mean? It's just I can just picture his face now and the meme. I will never financially recover from this kind of thing.
Yeah.
I did nothing else this weekend though. I am in dire need of like a spring cleaning. No, yeah, that too. But I don't even have the space in my brain to do a hobby with the amount of fucking junk I got around that house, dude. It's literally, you know what I'm doing? Chair Company, episode 2 or 3, when he's looking for, I don't know, he's looking for something,
I
and
know
his
what you're
wife
talking
comes
about.
home, and Lake Bell comes in, and he goes, "We got so much fucking junk in this house." And that's how I feel.
Abby immediately said, "That's me. It's me." Every time I go to get something out of any place,
I have so much junk. So I think that is.
why don't you let me come over? We'll film it, and I get to get rid of it. I just have to watch you in an absolute panic sweat, watching me grab things out of a weird closet.
no,
of
careful
yours.
with that.
Okay, it's okay.
So
You talking a lot.
It's literally it'd be Queer Eye, but you're just the guys, and I'm just which
It's just
is
for
not that far off. All things
Queerish
considered.
guy.
You know what I mean? But what spawned this thought was real quick. I woke up this morning and I had told.
Hey, who do you guys think we would be in the Fab Five?
In the Fab Five?
Ooh.
Do you know them?
I know.
We don't
them
have to go
loosely.
original. We'll go new cast.
Yeah, I was like, original.
I know Anthony because I know the name sticks with me. When you have
No
a
one in
name
this
like
room,
that.
we are all self-aware enough in this room to know nobody's Anthony.
No, he's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But you're also not the long-haired guy either, and those are the only two guys I know.
No.
Oh man.
I've seen the episode where like they redo
Jonathan.
Jonathan.
I've seen where they redo like a fire station or something.
The first
For a bunch
the
of
first
firemen.
two.
Am I right?
You might have been watching something else.
Fire station.
There's
I
like
don't think
they redo like a like where like the guys hang out. You know what I mean? When they're on call or whatever, they redo that, or they grab a couple of the guys from there. They go do their homes or something. I don't know.
I'm trying to think.
Look it up. But I know the guys.
It's gonna be so funny if this doesn't exist.
I know.
I know. I'm like, I'm trying
I
to.
want you to look it up because it's so much funnier thinking that you're just like you saw something else with gay guys and thought it was them queer eye.
But no, obviously neither of us are Anthony.
No,
He's
no one-
gorgeous,
no
and
one's
none of us are
Anthony.
Jonathan because we're just not pretty enough. So
You think? What about Bobby? Bobby got
really-
booted. He was the one that did
He
all
did all
the-
this. He got pissed because the division of labor that's been a problem since they started.
Yeah.
Where some of
He's
them
gotta
do
know
work.
when they pitch that they're like, okay, so that guy does hair, okay, this guy does clothes, and I do like a whole house. And they're
he's
like,
like,
and it's like, all right. It's like, and then he's like, I didn't know, and you're like, this is how they did the other show. It's
Yeah.
the same deal. It was the same setup, man.
And
I
there's-
don't know. I think that. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I probably am, unfortunately, giving who's the guy with the big hair, the
Tan.
He does it tan.
Yeah,
Probably just tan.
because he's the clothing guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
that
got
makes
a kid.
sense.
And then Karamo is he's like the culture guy, right? He's like the one that like he's like trying to get in your
He's
head.
more of like
he's a therapist.
Yeah, he's like, yeah. He
Yeah.
does like life coaching.
It's like someone's a
We might,
hoarder.
I think we're just not the Fab Five.
I was just gonna say, I don't know where I fit into this equation because I'm none of those. Because doesn't Anthony cook? Isn't
Yeah.
that his
Yeah.
thing? He cooks.
Yeah, he does, like,
like they
nutrition.
were like,
No,
we just
he
need the
just-
hot guy, and he's just gonna we'll
They go-
we'll slate him in.
Bring him in. He's gonna make a grilled cheese, and he's gonna do it in the horniest way possible. And they're like, "This is gonna kill this. This is gonna do. This is going.
Yeah.
This is what's gonna sell the show."
He does a bunch of Italian stuff too. He talks about his grandma.
Yeah.
But I would love for you to come dig through my shit and paw through and throw it away. But what spawned this was at some point when Michelle and I were in
I think
Winnipeg.
you'd be moved by the Queer Eyes guys helping you out.
I probably would.
It's not that I think you need it in every regard. I just think that you I think I would like to see them interacting with you. I would like you to you kind of get it at the end.
Yeah.
I think it does work for you a little bit.
I think if nothing else, the energy would be fun. If I haven't told this story on the pod, I'm going to tell it just really quickly. I was in Portland visiting Michelle before she had moved to Denver 6 years ago, and I'm just sitting at a coffee shop just waiting for her to get off work, and like a guy came up and like he's like, "Hey, I saw you across the room. I had to just come give you my number." And he goes, "I got you a cold brew and I wrote my number on the napkin, but then like the napkin got wet. So then here's the cold brew and then here's my number on a clean napkin." And I literally like dap him up and I go, "Thanks, fam."
Dapped him up.
I lean back and fucking dapped him up. So that would be, I assume.
You leaned back and dapped him up?
I was on the phone
like
with
when
my
your
mom.
uncle's at a cookout with you and he doesn't get up and he says, yeah.
That's literally,
That's
I was
what
like,
you did
"Hey,
to
what up,
this
thank you,
guy.
bro."
This guy did all this work. He wrote his number down twice and that's all you gave him?
What do you want me to do?
Send him nudes. That's what I think you owed him for the cold brew.
But we can all assume that would be, I'd love also, I wish that I could observe as a third party me on Queer Eye and what I would, you guys want to, you guys
No,
want to
I
let the
think
bong
you'd get
before we
along with the guys. I don't
going?
think that any of the normal stuff makes sense. I just think that like if you and Karamo got in a room, I think he could break you down.
Yeah.
He probably could.
It'd probably be a fun time.
Yeah.
Probably be a fun time. And I'd probably leave feeling refreshed and.
Yeah. I think that you need a therapist who looks like he could like dunk on you. You need someone who looks like they're like more athletic. I think that is how you'd respect someone. It's how like athletic or jacked they are.
You might have found the equation. I'm 30 minutes into my first session and I say, "Listen, boss, I gotta just ask you something like, can you dunk, dude? Like, how tall are you?
What sports did you play?" He's got to get comfortable with you in that way.
Yeah.
So we need a therapist for you that is just like a jacked guy.
Yeah.
So if Karam's not available, we could probably hit the gym and get a different guy.
Yeah, we'll just go find a different guy.
Just
find me a different guy that makes his breakfast every morning, and that might be the therapist for me. That or just honestly just a 45-year-old woman that tinkers.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby. That's exactly who I want tinkering in my life. That's who I trust.
100%.
I agree.
Are you being facetious?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's what I've been trading around.
That's
Since
what I thought. I was like, wait, that's
therapy,
weird.
man.
That's exactly yeah. Give me a 45-year-old woman who tinkers. She doesn't even have to be a therapist.
She's just a mom.
That might be your problem.
Yeah, that's just your
son of a gun. But anyway, real quick.
But anyway, as if we've been on subject once.
I was gonna say what spawned me feeling like I have too much shit. It crossed the threshold this morning, and I mean wholly crossed the threshold.
Okay.
I had told when we were in Winnipeg, my buddy Harrison, who doesn't matter, he's in the pod. His name on Discord was Harrison for a long time. He goes to Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments, and I said, "You can have all my cards, bro. I got them. They're somewhere. You can have them." So I woke up this morning. I was like, "Fuck!" I said. So I dug through all of my weird little nooks where I keep all my treasures, whether it's in the garage or in my closet or underneath or wherever. I've got many little. I don't know where the fuck these Yu-Gi-Oh cards are though. So it just spawned the thought of like, I just got too much shit, man. I saw all the shit I had
you
all
can't
in one 10-minute
easily
session.
access your Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Well, no,
it's
just
time to make a move.
When I'm looking for something specifically and I found all of the other junk that made it hard to find the one piece of thing I'm looking for, which I also couldn't find. I just have so much, man. So much stuff. So it's killing me. Yeah.
What from like, you know how hoarding usually goes from levels 1 to 5. What do you think you would be at?
Oh, legitimately, I'm like not even on the spectrum of hoarding.
Yeah.
Because I don't keep it out and about. I'll just stuff it in a corner, out of sight, out of mind. So like I think
literally you do exactly what Abby does. We don't have a messy house.
Yeah, I'm actually very, very tidy.
Yeah.
But if you look in cupboards and you look in things, you're like, oh, there it is.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where it's at.
And me and Abby joked that if Abby and I lived together, it would be in a different position in life.
Abby asking me to like go get something out of the hall closet is extensively like Kevin McAllister asking like a robber to go get something out of his house. It's like she set up a trap so that if I open a door the wrong way, she's like, "No, you can't open the door that way, obviously, idiot." And you're like, "What are you talking about? I can open the door normal."
No, don't do it that way, and then it all falls out. Yeah. So yeah, no, cool. I don't have hoarding tendencies because I am fine to get rid of shit. I just am good at compressing my shit into
certain areas,
nooks.
Yeah.
So I'm very tidy, slightly stuffed, I'd say. would be the best way.
Slightly. So if that goes on your scale, where does slightly stuffed to go?
I think it's on it. Well, I'm looking at 1 through 5, and I would say like I'm a level 1 to even a 1.5.
I believe it.
Give me
like,
what are the stipulations? Because I want to know what you're saying you do. Because I've been to your crib, dude, and you got stuff, but
so like level 1 would be
Sophie doesn't. Is she the same as you?
Sophie is.
Can I say her name on the?
Yeah, you can say her. She's very similar to you, Timbo. She will go through my shit and be like, "You're getting rid of this. You're getting rid of like." And I need that balance in my life because I collect receipts that I don't need.
Now, granted, if I had ended up with someone like this, it would not be. We wouldn't be a fun pair. I don't think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just the reality. Had I found someone that was with me on this,
Yeah,
I
like,
think
you didn't have
I
the yin
think
to
like
the
if
yang.
I had someone gassing me up, I'd be like, I do think I could live extensively with nothing.
Yeah,
I could turn my house into a gallery.
Yeah, you'd just
I
be
just
living
walk
in.
around. I mean, I'm just meandering around it anyway. But the thing is, I am a little messy in certain areas. Like when it comes to like the drawer where the like toothpaste goes, like not where I have my 145 colognes laid out.
Dude, and we just acquired more.
There's no space for anything else at this point in the cabinet. But where I keep like the painkillers and my tongue scraper. This just brush and throw it in there. I'm done with that one. It's that one, and I'm wild with for some reason. I don't know why.
Get the fuck out of here. His ways.
Yeah.
He finds his little areas he can freak it.
And like I went and got I'm doing stuff when I'm painting, and I went to get a skin check, and you're already in like a gown, and they're checking you. You know what I mean?
You're like
this girl that's kind of like dressed like Wednesday Addams is checking my whole body out, and she's waits a couple, and I said, oh, I forgot to mention that like. I noticed that I didn't do the best job in the shower on like because it's oil paint. Like you really gotta gotta really go after it, And she's like, "Oh yeah, I saw it all over you, and I just didn't say anything." And I was like, "Yeah," because I told you I
you wore your
short
shorts,
shorts, my shirt tucked in, so there's not extra fabric around.
Yeah,
and
fair
then
enough.
I just their stuff gets everywhere. So
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Like I had my
I saw it everywhere.
Yeah.
It's all over you. No, but Cole, you make a good point in that you have a lot of stuff, but because I joke about how like when you come over here, I've said it to you, you're like a yard sale. You know what I mean? Respectfully, it's like a Cooper aspect. The similar like you'll have your stuff here and then there and then over here and over here. You know what I mean? But you got it under control.
Yeah.
But I know that Sophie is the more tidy between the two, just because you go to your house, your guy's shit is dialed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And maybe you go home and maybe you're the one to keep it perfect.
Yeah.
But I just think you're more like me.
Yeah, I think we're both very because like here I'll go through it real fast. It goes 1 to 5. Level 1 clutter is light clutter. All areas are usable. Odor and cleanliness. There's no odor or clean surfaces, and there's clean surfaces. Pets. You have pets, but they're well cared for. All utilities are working. There's no structural damage, but you do shop excessively and you are disorganized.
That's not me.
That's not you.
No, but you do.
That's level 1. What you just
That's
described?
level 1 into the hoarding. Then level 2 is like items start piling up in the room. There's dust. There's like kind of dirty surfaces. You might have like one appliance broke. There's some pest in the area. Maybe like there's like dog poop around or like stuff isn't clean. The dog stuff. There's no structural visual damage. And you don't want people to come in. Like you're embarrassed to have people come in.
Oh, see, that's not me. I love showing people my treasures.
So this is when I think, and then you can imagine as we go down the levels, it gets a little crazy.
Increasingly, yeah.
Moving into multiple cats and
I could see where
I can't imagine something I would want to do less than when people show me their heirlooms.
Oh, Timothy, you would hate it because I'd say, "Come with me."
When someone starts showing me like their old family photos, I'm like, I don't care about this at all.
I like to show not so much photos and stuff, but I'll say, "Here's this jade that I propagated a year and a half ago. Can you believe it's grown that much? That's from a propagation. And here's this one that I'm starting, and then here's this, and I just have to show everybody all of that."
yeah, I like that though.
But I'm happy to show people around my shit. I don't give a shit about people coming in.
Yeah,
I think that with more time and resources, and if I didn't have a job. Like if I were just independently wealthy, I'd be on the 2. I'd probably be a 2.
You'd be on
yeah. Yeah, for sure.
No, because it's tough because it's like this is obviously one example, but like I've looked at other ones where I'm like, I think I'm definitely, if I let the bolts loose a little bit, I could definitely get deeper into it. Because I think like Sophie, like similar to you, Timbo, like she can't even think if shit is dirty. Where like me, like I can like be in sort of a hectic environment and be okay. But then there's a threshold where I'm like, I can't do anything because this is insane. I have to clean up, And I think living with her for so long and being with her for so long, it's made me that way too. But if I was left on my own, I don't know.
That's fair.
I don't even care if it's like a chaotic space. I just don't want to. I don't personally want much stuff or that stresses me out of any kind. This would include like if I lived alone, refrigerator, where I would keep only the items I definitely needed immediately.
Yeah.
And then nothing else. So then when I look in there, I don't feel
like overstimulated.
Let me ask
I
you
think I just get overstimulated easily, to be honest with you. I think that's my issue.
When you see the meme of like guys will live this way instead of going to therapy or whatever it is, and it's a mattress with a chair and a TV, like where does that live in your heart? Can you?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, do you think, guys are dumb, or do you think like, fuck, I would wish that could be me? Like, I love a mattress on the ground.
No, it's not. It's not about that type of thing for me. Because I like things. You know what I mean? And I like nice things. It's just I would live for 4 years so that I could afford the one thing that I want, which I know is not reasonable, especially when you have like a family.
Yeah.
But I would just be like, I will wait until I can have that one perfect thing, and then I have the one perfect thing, and that's now there. And I don't want anyone to touch it or look at it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I get you. I get you. That makes
sometimes.
sense. Yeah.
So it's more of a. I just want everything to be nice and be proud of the things I have. And so sometimes when it's like there's a bunch of stuff that's not mine and I don't, it's just sort of like there because you need it to be there as a function. That drives me a little crazy.
No, I feel you.
I get it. It's my own thing.
Yeah.
But it's just,
I wish Michelle would let us put the bed on the floor. I love a bed on the floor.
I don't mind. Now I will tell you,
a bed on the floor.
If I was left to my own devices, I don't think it would be mattress on floor because that feels I don't know.
Box spring on floor.
It's because it's my priorities are bad when it comes to this kind of things. Like I wouldn't care if someone came in like the mattress on the floor. I'm like, what do I care? If it goes up higher, it's not going to feel any different, and I like it low.
That's what I'm saying.
I would like is like perfect days where he gets the futon cover out of the corner. I think I would do that. Leave the room open.
This is anecdotal, and I don't know where I saw this, but Japan has far less back problems than we do, and a lot of the time it's on like pretty unstructured flat surfaces, like on the floor. Like So I do think, and I've said I slept on my buddy's floor in his room on a camping mat for like a month and a half when I moved to Colorado, and I felt great. I legitimately felt great. So there's something to it.
I don't even, and that's the thing. Like truly, I don't. When I get home, this is gonna stress people out. I don't like sit down that much until it's time to go to bed. So I get home, I pace around. I usually have like a drink, not an alcoholic beverage, but some sort, anything I can find that feels like a treat.
Like a treat with ice and shit.
I put on a record. Gia does her things. I get her chilled out. You make dinner. I'm standing for that. I often will stand while I eat if we're not doing like so we do a sit down dinner, obviously sometimes, but not every night, obviously. It's too much.
Yeah.
So I'll just kind of eat as I go, and then I'm sort of good. I don't need the formality of like sitting. I don't like it that much.
Yeah.
And then I clean that up, and then we do bath and shower, or we hang out for a little bit, and then we go to bed, and then I'm up again, and
then you'll go paint. Is that when you'll paint? Is after Gigi goes to bed? Okay.
Or if sometimes Abby will put her to bed, so then I start a little earlier. But I just don't like sit down that much, so I don't need comfortable couches because even when we have on the couch, if I sit out there, I usually sit on the floor and just lean up against the couch. I prefer
Interesting.
So I do think I could go full like tatami mat everywhere. I'd be pretty happy.
Yeah.
Which would be
I like low
cool.
stuff. Even my outdoor stuff is all low. And that's where I paint and I read out there sometimes. I hang out outside when it's nice and it's very low to the ground, and I like that it's low to the ground. And it's kind of like messed up. This is the thing. I also don't mind when things are really broken in. So it's not about that type of cleanliness. Like my art stuff all has like stuff all over it, but I think it looks nice. That's what it's for. And I like that. And then I'm not afraid to use it.
Yeah.
Same thing goes for the outside table. I've eaten out there. I've painted out there. It's all messed up in kind of like the perfect way. And I feel like it'll just get better over time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's the right kind of messy for me, if that makes sense.
No, I agree. Patina.
Yeah, like broken in.
Natural wear. That is the
I'm
coolest.
not unreasonable. I just don't like having a lot of stuff.
You know what? I've said this a million times as an aside, and I just want to say it on the pod before I forget. I really, even as of this morning, Michelle and I have so many pieces from Canoe Club through the years that I've worn a lot at home or that she's worn. She has the OG pink hoodie, the clay hoodie. And it is a completely different object at this point. Like the amount of wear and the way that it's faded. And she has like a Velveteen hoodie from 8 years ago from me.
That's a funny collaboration piece that I still see a lot of people that we sold them to or some of like the influencers we worked with and shit. That is still out in the mix. People really wear that.
It was like something really sought after. And so I really, really, really want to do this. And I might just take it upon myself and just do it, come in early one morning. But I have probably 10 or 12 or 14 pieces through the years that are beat to shit that I think would be really, really, really cool to show the patina, show the age. Because I always talk about how I wear my stuff hard and I'd never I just want to showcase it. I think it's worth a showcase of like the Doc Martens. The Hender Scheme ones, you know what I mean? I just have so many things that I think people would think are legitimately cool to see the wear on, because that's the thing I miss most of the raw denim era is like sharing fades and shit. It's cool to see beat up clothes. It just undoubtedly is. It never became uncool. I just think that the trend shifted in a dorky way. But I love worn in shit, so I'm gonna do that.
Maybe we could get people to submit pictures of core items that we have. That it's hard when it's seasonal stuff, obviously, but there's plenty of core items that have obviously put through the paces.
We could have a little well-loved tab on the community page.
I would just add it as a picture to the. It was a good picture.
It's just something that we've had core that we're gonna have. Yeah.
Oh, that would be like a pair of 105s.
If someone's got good ones, we could just pick the best one and then we'll just ship it back.
You know who has good 105s is our local boy, who.
I'm sure if you told me.
Yeah. He's got good ones that he wore a lot and he painted his house and shit in them.
What are
do you think that we could list all the? I was trying to think in my head when I was thinking about the lady white. I was like, could I do all the colors that we did?
Oh yeah, I think we could. You want to try?
We did the
start right off the rip. Clay. We had eraser, which was more in the tea, more pink.
Huh.
We did a sweatshirt. There's a crew neck. I wonder if anyone has the
relaxed crew neck in the eraser. We had
the clay came in the super heavyweight and the regular
and the tea.
We had the light blue
clay eraser
sacks. We had that in a regular sweatshirt, regular hoodie, and the t-shirt.
Mint,
tea, and regular sweatshirt.
We've done Grindle used. Grindle is you technically the first collab.
Grindle used was just tees.
Mm-hmm.
Grindle was me from forever ago. That's
We're definitely missing a major one though.
Do you think?
What about Did you have anything in the lighter white spectrum that you had?
No.
Not that was us specifically. I do feel like we're missing a color though. This is
if
what
it
I was
comes
trying to do
me
in my
on.
head. Yeah. All right. Well, if anyone thinks of it or
not putty, right? Putty was theirs.
No, that was theirs. I think maybe that is all of them.
Maybe.
That's cool.
I feel like I'm forgetting something, but
But it's cool. It's cool to have shit that's worn in, and I will at least do the pink hoodie. It's so sick. The clay hoodie.
Huh.
Also on that note of you painting and shit, I'm really excited. We're gonna. I have a piece of wood that was the old sign of the old company here, so I'm flipping it over. I'm priming it today, and I'm gonna finally paint that for our warehouse for deliveries. I'm gonna paint on the garage door so people know we only accept deliveries 10 to 6, whatever, et cetera, et cetera. And then. Without giving anything away, it looks like we're going to have an event here in mid to late January, and I'll be repainting the windows for that specific quote unquote capsule or whatever it ends up being. So I'm excited. I'm really looking forward to kind of doing some little paint jobs. So
cool.
Speaking of getting back into hobbies, I'd like to do something. Video games are pissing me off. I've watched all my shows a million times. Football only happens a couple days of the week, so I'd like to go home and start painting at night.
Basketball, that happens every night. It's great.
Yeah. Are you watching on YouTube TV?
No, we bought a whole other thing.
You bought? What'd you buy?
I don't know. Ask Abby.
Okay.
I know when I go to the TV, it brings up the games and I just choose them.
Okay.
I don't know how we got there.
Because YouTube TV formerly had basically all football games that were not like, they would reserve some for Sunday Ticket, which are like behind the paywall. That would be like, I don't know what the equivalent would be, but some that are there. But YouTube TV would have both local games and then other ones that were on ESPN. And now I don't know what the fuck is going on, if it's just football or if it's basketball too, but like ESPN and YouTube TV are having some sort of contract issues. And they're having like, YouTube TV was putting out these weird commercials for like a weekend where they're saying like, do you want ESPN back on YouTube TV? Write in and sign this petition. It's a whole thing. So I can't even easily access basketball for the most part anymore, or like not all the games that you used to be able to. And it's really, I might just cancel YouTube TV at the end of football season, because if you're not going to get sports, which is I think what 90% of people who have YouTube TV are getting, then what the fuck's it for? So I'm not going to pay YouTube TV and an ESPN subscription and NBA Pass or whatever it is, League Pass.
Stupid.
I don't know. It's too many different things. Just
go back to cable,
Just
dude.
have sport. Just have the sports, and then I pay the sports app
I would pay
$10 a month, and I can watch all the sports.
I would pay more. I mean, YouTube TV right now, I think I'm paying like $82 or $83 a month.
It's a lot.
But they're only taking things away. They gave you a credit for the next month, but you have to log into your account, and which I need. Never mind. You have to log into your account and claim it. They don't just credit you $20. So they're taking things away. It's just kind of fucked. So
It's like a mail-in rebate.
yeah, it's just like annoying because for so long it was so cut and dry. You want to watch basketball or football, it's on YouTube TV, like all of them. So
Interesting.
I've told Abby I want to start just taking them all away. I don't want to have any services.
yeah.
Nothing.
I want to see how low I can go, and then figure out which ones are mandatory.
I think if I had to have, what would you say, 2 or 3? Let's do 3. 3 services. 3.
These are subscription services overall. These are
individual payments that you'll make. So however you allot that, and I'll say mine.
No. Hold on. What I mean is are you talking about like Spotify is included here?
No, Spotify doesn't count. Spotify
so
is
you're
great,
just talking
and that
about TV
doesn't
and
count.
movies.
We're talking
I'm
about
talking
TV, yeah.
streaming movies on the TV.
Go ahead.
Netflix, Hulu, YouTube TV. Those would be the only 3 that I think are
Hulu?
worth. Yeah, Hulu's great.
Well, Hulu no longer exists. It's Disney Plus.
My app still says Hulu, but I know what you're saying. Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
It's all merged
all-
onto a
like,
Disney
it's all-
account now.
I know, but as of the end of the year, it's all under just Disney.
Yeah. Which is
That's
fucking
crazy.
stupid, dude.
Which is insane because you go on there to like, I'll be like, oh, gee, let's find like a family movie to watch. And it's like fucking like Chucky or some shit on the front
Yeah.
thing, doing something gross. Terrifier.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is for kids. It's a kids application. Disney.
Disney.
God.
Yeah.
I hate Disney adults. This has come up a million times. Disney adults, Marvel adults,
Mhm.
illegal. All in jail. With special jail for them.
Illegal.
It's illegal. Yeah, they're trying to get you to watch their reboots of Star Wars, which I know people love.
This is the kind of dork shit we're talking about, though.
Yeah, that's right.
I would have now, if I'm talking about realistically what I actually watch,
Yeah.
these are the things I actually use. Whatever the sports thing Abby puts on there that has basketball on it, whatever that is,
That. Okay.
sports. Quite frankly, could just
Sports.
keep using the Apple app that says sports on it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
working just fine for me. Then Mubi. That's where all the good movies are.
MUBI.
Yep.
Is that a paid subscription?
Yep.
Yeah.
They're going to be big soon because they've acquired so many movies, and they're starting to get basically all the Oscar contenders and stuff like this. So
Yeah.
So now
it's only like serious movies though. is the
Okay.
thing. But
And
it's
no
really
shows?
well. I think they have a couple of their own shows kind of thing, but it's not really a shows thing. It's for movies.
okay.
Movie.
Okay. I've always assumed that it's like Pluto TV or like
it's,
the
like,
myriad of
free.
other
No.
kind of.
No, they're becoming a
Tubi.
major contender with like
Okay.
A24 and shit is like because they're
Signing
they're-
rights with them and shit?
Yeah, they're acquiring a lot of movies. They're the number one buyer at Cons, I think, or I don't remember if it was Cons.
Oh,
or
cool.
TIFF or what it was, but they
Cool.
bought a bunch of those. So that's really if I'm talking about like going to a place where I can watch movies I legitimately like. They're already vetted. It's like older mixed with new stuff and shit. That's where that's where all the good stuff's at. So I'd keep that one because that's for actually watching movies. Or I feel like every time I see something I want to see, I'm like, it's on a movie.
Yeah.
Maybe from there, I guess I would keep Netflix. I don't care about this. I could really just do those two, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You know what I really want? You know what? Actually, walk it back. I don't have this, but I want it.
Yeah.
It's so stupid expensive is the YouTube without ads.
Oh, yeah. Like
That's what
YouTube.
if you're talking about what I
you're
really
not talking
like,
YouTube TV. You're talking YouTube.
YouTube
Premium.
no ads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so worth it.
Yeah,
'Cause
I
that's-
know.
it's
It's
so
like we
expensive,
have
but it's so
many
worth it.
though. Between sports and all the other shit we have
Yeah.
got, it's like this is a real wild ad. But
Yeah.
I think that honestly, it would just be those three.
Yeah.
How much is it?
I don't know.
It's like $18.99 a month.
It's nothing crazy. It's just when you're if I combine that into the other things I'm already doing,
It goes fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
we're spending a substantial amount of money. I don't even know what it is, but it feels like a lot.
It's more than cable.
There's not an application I go to that I can't get onto at this point
Yeah.
because of Abby. So,
Oh, she just
so
loves it.
they're all. I feel like we've got them all.
Yeah.
So that's like the one that I don't have, and I'm like, ugh, I do want it.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, if I'm being really honest, I'm either watching movies intentionally. I put sports on while I cook, so I can see Bulls and Pacers lose, and then I watch YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like most of
that's
these
actually a
podcasts.
pretty fair assortment. How do you feel about Amazon Prime? Because
It
they're bringing
looks like-
basketball to
it
Prime.
looks like shit. That's the problem. I think that's actually what we watch it through, but I don't know if that's what it's through.
okay,
I'm not sure.
yeah. No, they have a deal with
It seems like they have every single
Amazon
game. There'll be
now.
random games you can't see, but it's usually just like bucks and stuff for some
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Hey, who does Damian Lillard play for anymore? Didn't he get traded from the Bucks?
I don't know. Actually,
I
off the
don't-
top of my head. I'm not deep enough in, man. I'm only kind of focused on like the 4 teams.
No, I feel you.
watch. So
Yeah.
Timberwolves, Bulls, Pacers, and who am I missing? I like watching OKC, even though they're probably just gonna. I just like watching them.
Yeah. I don't know.
I only
I just
like
don't like
Midwest
OKC
teams.
because they beat Indiana. Like I
No, I know.
hated watching that series.
I know, but you could
because it
tell
felt like
even-
an unfair win. Dude.
You could tell You could tell like the gas was lit out for them with the win because it didn't feel like a true win. You know what I mean? Like I could tell it. Like you could just tell in their faces, like, oh, like if we're gonna beat them, let's just beat them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not like this.
Not with
this is
with
not their
Halliburton,
number one shooter.
Yeah, exactly. Like the workhorse of the offense. So, yeah, basketball fucking rules.
We
But
saw
no,
Damian
Amazon's-
Lillard play courtside. Remember?
Oh yeah, we did.
Was he Trailblazers?
Yeah,
then?
when he was playing for the Blazers, we
Yeah.
saw Nuggets, Blazers courtside. What, Timothy? 7 years ago?
Yeah, something
At
like that.
least 6
He
years
did
ago.
a ripper of a dunk right in front of us. Kind of scary when they're running at you like.
Dude, you can feel the
Yeah, that's what I'm
court
saying.
moving
Yeah, yeah.
and shit. Man, that
They're
was
big
such a cool
bodies.
experience.
Obviously, we don't need to say that, but like you get on a court side and you're like, these are big bodies.
You never seen that many
Yeah. The
dudes
smallest
at that
guy-
size all in one place.
Yeah. The smallest guy is a guy that if he walked by is like notable.
What the fuck? Yeah, it's crazy. I'd like to see TJ McConnell or something in person and just see like, you know what I mean?
He's a mover.
Yeah.
Workhorse.
Yeah. Cuz, he's not a big dude, but he impacts the game. NBA rules. What'd you do this weekend? You do anything fun?
You just have to like run errands, like dumb errands. So like last week we had to do like H Mart. This week we had to do like
Yeah.
Costco. We had to do it for the studio. And we had to do it for some just random
Thank
things
you
that
for
we
that.
did
There's a
around
lot
the
of good
house.
snacks, so thank you.
Love Costco.
Don't let Abby take credit. I'm the one who said, we got to get
Should
the
go.
boys this, we got to get the boys that. I just don't get any
thank
credit
you.
because I find it annoying the way that it's like I throw it out and it's like when when they have to like feed at like a zoo, they have to feed like
Yeah.
the hyenas and they're like going nuts and you're like not even like nice about it, It's a little like that.
You know what it is? You do play like T-ball or minor league baseball or anything growing up?
Nope, I never touched a baseball. I told you.
Oh,
I hit
no,
I
we
hit the
talked
guy
about
in high
this.
school with the
Cole,
ball.
did you?
I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah,
Did you play-
I played T-ball a little bit.
Did you have the parades at the end of every season where you'd walk through the town and there'd be the float for the 11-year-old baseball and the 12-year-old and they'd have, the
I did that with like
Lions group or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Boy Scouts and Cub Scouts.
Long
That's what I
story
was
short,
in.
you'd be lining the streets or you're in the parade, but nonetheless, somebody's throwing candy and then 12-year-olds are everybody's knuckles are all skinned up because you're trying to grab the little vanilla
Yeah.
Tootsie Rolls off
Yeah,
the ground
yeah,
and shit,
yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
asphalt, yeah.
That's what it's like when you guys come back with
Pinata
ramen
energy,
and
yeah.
macaroni and cheese and shit. It's tight. Really tight. Hey,
Could you do a rip for us that is CCA like the NBA, but instead of the guy dribbling, it's you in front of the mirror taking it
100%. I will do that before the day is up.
silhouette.
I will do that before the day is
taking a
up.
fit pic.
That'll be so easy, and I'll find a way to make sure that it's like clearly like the silhouette of a fit pick. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm talking about.
I know what
Yeah.
you're talking about.
That'd be
That's
kinda
tight. I
dope.
will happily do that.
I like it.
Yeah, that sounds sick. But yeah, wait, what were we talking about? Oh, so thank you for all of that. Hey, any Canadian listeners? I don't know if it's just in Winnipeg, but there's a coffee shop, Tom Bargain. Best
You
instant
keep talking
coffee.
about this, man.
Best instant coffee. I remember I gave you a little present. I saved him a little instant coffee. Best
It was
instant
good.
coffee. Just speaking of, I know you guys re-upped
Shout
on
out
the
Mr.
K-Cups.
Bargain.
Yeah. So if anybody works at Tom Bargain out there, you can send me stuff for free.
We'll give you the address.
Yeah.
Okay, what else is going on? Do we have anything?
Did you do anything fun this weekend? You ran your errands and stuff, but that's it?
Did errands, and then I told you I'm working on this giant this really, really big painting.
Oh,
I've been
yeah.
working on
Where
it.
you've been kind of...
And it's pissing me off like you can't understand because it's like it's too much. It's too you know what I mean? It's like I did it. I messed up a couple times. I've tried to fix it. I'm not happy with it. I've been not happy with it.
Yeah.
I keep trying to go on top and build, and I'm not carving
Yeah.
it out. It's just not coming together. And I'm gonna wash the thing. I'm gonna be done with it and start over. But
Let's call it. Yeah, dude.
so I worked on that a while and got frustrated.
yeah, I feel you.
But I just I think I was in my zone listening to music.
Yeah.
G and I hung out and did some stuff. Nothing. Oh, we took a little hike.
UNG?
Yeah.
You just go from your house like the way you
We
do?
go all the time. We just go. There's a kind of a quick way I know to kind of do a quick one, so it doesn't get too much for her.
Yeah.
We did that. It was really nice. It's nice. It's like especially in Boulder right now because we don't have any snow. We don't have any. It's really nice here during the day,
Yeah.
especially if you get up in the morning. It's like cold right away, but then
Yeah.
it warms up quick in the sun. And like, there's nobody out right now for some reason. I don't know what's going on.
It happened like literally like a day hit, and now there's nobody down here. I mean, we've got the art camp going on.
That's only because of Veterans
usually
Day.
there's a gaggle of 90-year-olds outside not drinking coffee, just taking up space.
They bring their
with each
own
other.
coffee. I've been noticing.
They'll sit out there because they believe that table is theirs and that's where they deserve to be. They don't need to patron the business. They live on the block, okay? But usually we've got a lot of people. It's barren, and it's certainly when the sun goes down at night, dude. Nobody's out.
Yeah.
But I will say it's unseasonably warm, and
It's nice though. Like if you like, this is the longest fall I think we've had in a while. And if you're a walker like me, it's a nice situation.
because you're not keen for the snow. This is the longest we've gone without snow into fall season ever.
Yeah.
We're now, what did I just say? It's the 11th. Yeah, we're in the second week of November, and we haven't gotten a lick of snow. And I don't even think we've gotten like a dusting. You know how sometimes it'll come down, but it doesn't even stick?
Yeah.
We haven't even gotten that, dude. It's like 73 degrees out today.
The mountains have got stuff, but that's always.
But
usual.
that's normal. Yeah.
They
But
get
down
hit in,
here,
like,
dude, you know.
October, yeah.
I mean, even back in Ohio, I would play soccer, and I remember having a game on Halloween and it coming down in the middle of our game, like snowing proper. So like,
I just feel like every time I think about Thanksgiving, I just think about like around that time, it's still kind of warm outside for some reason. Like not warm, but like kinda. I mean,
it's
there
not like
was
we
a
got a foot of
time
snow.
And when I was like 6, when it would like definitely like it could snow on Thanksgiving, but I feel like anymore, it's like it's not most of the time at this point.
Have you guys heard any mutterings? Are we expecting a severe winter or no?
It's
What do you think I do in my free time?
Well, you know, if you just heard it.
I think it's El Nino.
I thought somebody
This-
said something this winter or next winter is going to be. The reason I'm asking is if it's so unseasonably warm, I could also see it rubber banding and being like a very, very severe winter.
Winter lasts until like May.
Yeah,
at this
here,
point.
yeah.
So you know what I mean? Like it just lasts forever.
We've
It's just
got-
a different time.
We've gotten a foot and a half of snow on the 1st of May, like 2 or 3 years ago. Like that, that happens for sure.
I hate the snow.
I'm so ready
Get it
for the
out
snow.
of here. We don't need it. I think we should just retire snow.
We just got
it's
to call a vote.
We're done with
La
it.
Nina. Oh, it's a weak La Nina.
What's the Farmer's Almanac say? Which is apparently what Chase thinks I read in my sleep.
Yeah.
I need to buy the newest one from McGuckins here. I mean, I don't know. I feel like last season we had tons of snow early, and it was a very hard winter early in the season, and then later in the spring it kind of cleaned up.
Yeah.
So I wonder
Interesting.
if it might just be the opposite. Like we'll get it
I feel
later,
like-
and then it goes into spring. You know,
I feel like I shoveled my sidewalk 5 or 6 times maximum. Like,
This is such a boring conversation.
this is.
Man,
I know,
no,
we're like,
ask
we're
it-
like
ask
old
us a
people.
question.
Yeah, come on.
Ask us
Okay.
a question. We can't be discussing weather patterns. I know you guys are in your
I would
fucking,
happily, yeah.
You guys are in your element. You
yeah.
guys want to talk about that, property tax, talk about what kind of chili you're going to make
Yep.
this weekend.
We're domesticated.
yeah,
Just
hell yeah.
fucking childless fathers.
Oh. Hey, I do have a child. His name is Louie.
You got a demented little kid. You got a demented little 8-year-old.
I got Leon.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, he's 10. Henry is also our child, and Henry's 11 or 12, and he's got one tooth. So
I got 2 beautiful girls.
beautiful. Actually, yeah. Before we started, Abby was showing us photos that the older cat Frankie has gotten up in the Christmas tree, which is legitimately remarkable. I've never seen a cat, and I've seen a lot of cats in my life. Frankie might be the most able-bodied cat I've ever seen. Like in terms of like the places she can get up onto and shit is very impressive.
She's a perfect cat.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yep.
You want a question?
Yeah.
Hit us with a question.
Would you
We gotta
rather
decide.
have the musical careers of Fugazi or Limp Bizkit?
Who made more money?
Biscuit? Obviously,
Honestly,
over
probably Limp
Fugazi.
Bizkit. Yeah.
Limp Bizkit, yeah.
Fugazi wouldn't even sell T-shirts and stuff.
And
famously.
Fugazi was Ian MacKay.
yeah, Ian McCall.
Right. MacKay. And he's been in a bad mood his entire life, so I'd be the Limp Bizkit guy.
I mean, you kind of are.
Me? Why?
Yeah, grouchy ass guy with a bunch of weird rules that he made up. Tell me the difference.
I just
God.
feel like legitimately.
He got his head stuck in that basketball hoop and yelled. You know what I mean? Like remember he got up in the basket. You know the famous picture. He's in the basketball through the hoop.
I'll be honest with
Fucking
you.
sick.
As much as I am fine with minor threat, I don't really care about I don't care about that. I went through when I got into all the music, everybody been like, you have to like Black Flag and you have to like Minor Threat and you have to like fucking
Here we
Crass
go.
and shit.
So this is the
and I just didn't.
God forbid.
I just never got into it.
Yeah.
I think it's fine, but
Yeah.
I don't feel attached to Minor Threat in the way that a lot of other people do who went to hardcore shows and shit.
Yeah.
And every interview I've seen of him, he just feels like a guy that would be unpleasant to be around. Like honestly,
mean,
like would you want to be
yeah.
friends with him?
This is sort of like, do I want to be friends with any hardcore guy?
I don't want to
that
be friends
isn't-
with Fred Durst either, for the record. But I'm saying like,
what, to hear stories about the grotto from the Playboy Mansion and shit. It's like, God, yeah. That guy,
yeah.
He seems like he sucks.
Ian MacKay. How are you saying it? MacKay?
I thought it was Ian Mackay, but maybe I'm wrong.
It's MacKaye.
right? Ian
Yeah.
Mackay. I always-
Nonetheless,
it doesn't matter.
You know damn well that you wouldn't be able to have a meal with him without him telling you about all the injustices and some niche thing that
Yeah.
Well, I
never
think a meal
concerns
is the
him or-
first place it's going to be difficult considering the.
because he'll also
the vegan
poo-poo me in my
situation.
buffalo chicken wrap in front of him. You know what I mean? He just
Ew,
seems like an awful guy to be
I'm
around.
going to poo-poo your chicken wrap in front of me. Nasty ass soft lettuce.
Yeah. You're right. Unless it's freshly prepared. But yeah, no, you know what I'm saying. He would just be a party pooper. I don't think there's anything good in the world in his eyes. You know what I mean? Everything's bad, and
So all of your values are for sale. That's kind of the question.
if it's between being him
Listen,
and being Fred Durst, I think that Fred Durst probably is happier in life than Ian MacKay is.
He's probably happier than a pig and shit,
Yeah,
honestly.
he probably is.
Like he seems like
you've
he's
seen him. They drag him out every once in a while, and for some reason now he's like he looks different.
Yeah,
Like,
no, he
Wait,
is.
how so?
You'd have to see a picture of like the before and after, but you're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
What do you think is cool, dude?
He kind of
Yeah,
looks like
yeah.
he kind of looks like Tom Segura now.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really want either. I'll say
Yeah, no.
that.
For the record, that's where I stand wholly.
here's
But
the
if you have
thing.
to answer,
Ian Mackay created a very cool community that exists forever, and he sort of laid down on it to make sure it was done the right way.
Mm-hmm.
Half these guys that are like crazy about shows should still be $5 and shit, which is true,
yeah,
is like, you know, like I am very for that. And so yes, does he have crazy values, but has he kind of had to hold them so that he can keep fighting the fight? Kinda, you know what I mean? Like I understand, like it's harder as you get older, but like he also is a big part of Discord Records and like has continually put people on shows they didn't need to be on. You know what I mean? And like obviously like puts up for the scene above all else. You know what I mean? And like that's cool.
Yeah.
And like noble of him. Is he probably a little bit annoying? Yeah, 100%.
that's
You know
all
what I mean?
I'm saying. Is that if you're gonna go to have lunch with Fred Durst, you're gonna have lunch
That's not
with
the question.
Ian
It's,
MacKay.
do you want the career of these people?
Oh.
Yeah.
I just think Fred Durst is if you could just ask them both honestly in a closed circuit
No,
survey,
I don't
Fred Durst is
know.
probably happier with his life than Ian MacKay is. I think Ian MacKay spends so much time. He's like a chronically online 20-year-old is the way that I view him.
Yeah. Well, hold on. That's like half our audience. But I think that like I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
But like I don't think
I think he's a good guy.
I think Fred Durst is a bad guy.
Sure.
I think like like if today an article came out that alleged that he had done a bunch of bad stuff, you'd be like, oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
we
yeah.
were waiting on this one. I
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah.
And
But-
it's like I don't want to be a guy where like that's. But if that came out about Ian MacKay, I'd be like Ian MacKay, really?
Sure.
What's he
And
getting into?
I don't
Like,
disagree
maybe,
with
but-
you, but I'm just saying in a vacuum. You know what I mean? I don't want to spend my whole life fighting the fight and being dirty and like complaining about everything.
Listen, here's the thing. This is the other thing about Ian MacKay. Ian MacKay ain't poor.
That's what I'm saying.
He's not poor.
So like stop playing the game, dude.
I don't think he's rich, but he's not poor.
Yeah.
And I think Fred Durst is probably, if he had a good manager, is probably doing all right. He doesn't seem like he's doing wonderful, but
No.
like all right.
He's not like Bruno Mars level.
Yeah, so
or
what
like
I'm
that,
saying
you
is
know.
like I can have a little bit more money, or I have a fine amount of money, and I at least get to die being like, yeah, dude, like I
good
put
man.
on for everything I said I was going to. That is a weird like moral stretch where money actually is not gonna trump it for me personally. Where I'd rather be able to stand on all my shit.
Yeah.
And like now, I feel like in life I can stand on all my shit.
Yeah, I feel you. I
know?
feel you. That's fair.
And that's a nice feeling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's fair. And maybe Ian MacKay, his life is whatever. I'm not gonna repeat it multiple times. Ian MacKay. Maybe he's totally
doesn't
happy.
matter. It's
I
probably-
just
we're
like
probably both wrong.
view him I just don't think he's probably like a happy guy. Maybe he is. So that's where my logic was like, which one is like happier today when they woke up.
Because that's not, again, if the question is you just have their career.
I would rather have the career of Ian MacKaye, of Minor Threat and Fugazi, etc. I would rather have that. However, I think that he would be the guy I'd like to hang out with less. So do you want to be the guy that everybody is like, great, Ian's coming over. He's going to fucking try to get us to sign this petition. And
no, to be fair, I do feel like you've made up a personality for this guy that you are convinced is true.
Yeah, no,
and
for sure.
none of us are like sure that that's...
No. But if you're like, hey, Fred's coming over for dinner, you're like, fuck yeah, he's going to come over in some weird-ass car.
You don't have to have their personality. You just have to do their job.
I would do Ian's job. Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
That'd be my answer.
Is there, beside Limp Bizkit and Fugazi, is there a musical, like whether it's a band, musician, artist, that you guys would want their career of?
Here's the God's honest truth for both of us is no. And I'll tell you why I know it's no for both of us. And that is because neither of us would want to tour.
I was literally, when I was looking at that tree, I was thinking, you can't just say no because you don't want to fucking tour.
Yeah.
But like, no, I don't want the
that
careers of
would
any
suck.
major musician and spend most of my life in a fucking van.
Even if they're like, I did 150, it's like 150 times I have to go to a different place. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I would be the most annoying that a person could be having to do that.
Oh, I'd be a nightmare.
Yeah.
I'd be a nightmare because I'd be melting down because just being on the road.
Okay,
at all
so
times.
we have to leave that part out.
Yeah, but without touring, if I could just like have made the music they made or had the career that they did, and
then maybe you're going to like the fucking, I don't know. You're going to.
No, I can confidently say no. I don't.
I mean, I got one. I think that Jay Mascis is good. He does whatever he wants to do. He's obviously doing well. He continues to put out records that are pretty fucking good. All things considered. And that is not most major musicians. They tend to get much, much worse as they get older. And I feel like he's still putting out things that feel pretty relevant.
You're right.
He collaborates with like younger, cool artists all the time.
He's got his gear and shit.
He's got these like deals.
And
he still acts exactly the way he wants to all the time. And people just deal with it.
Timothy, I think that's a good answer. And if you go back and listen to him on How Long Gone, kind of affirms everything you said, where it's like he only does what he wants. I don't think he does anything he doesn't want to do, or if he does, he'll just do it and not talk.
Well, I think he likes playing live, so he's good with that. But he's like, I don't want you to put the spotlight on me. I just want to stand by my big amps and do my guitar stuff. And like, it's cool. That's exactly
that's a good answer.
What you want out of that guy.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
I got another music question for you guys. If you had, this is a world where any artist, musician, or band, you could only listen to their freshman album, their sophomore album, or their latest album they just released as of this recording. What you had to do a whole like entirely. So it'd be like every band you can think of, you could only listen to the first album they released, the second album they released, or the most recent album. What would you choose?
So for all of them, we have access to the first two records and the last?
No, first record,
or second, or
last.
And these are, full releases. These are not demos, EPs, and shit.
Mixtapes. It's just full. So it'd be like Alex G would have to be. It would be like
that's where my mind went immediately.
Or it would be his first record.
But it's tough to say because I don't know what you would consider like his first record because there's a lot of like weird little projects that I think
okay, we're only going major studio.
It has to go,
obviously. I think in this.
I mean, Alex G would be one of the first because that new record is about as good as anything he's ever put out.
We have to choose this, and you choose which one, and then that's going to apply to every artist.
Exactly.
Yeah, I see.
It's all encompassing.
So like, what you're choosing is. Either I'm only going to listen to every artist that exists. I'm going to listen to every artist that exists, but I can only hear their first, second, or latest release.
Exactly. Thank you, Timbo.
There's a lot of music that would fit this bill for me, no problem.
I think there's a major case for sophomore record because I think that
Shed.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Is like there's many a time that I can immediately think, well, the first one, obviously, the first most often I'm like, I loved that shit. I kind of fell off. I'll most often, and this just happened. We were just talking about yesterday with the band Whitney, where I think the first record is like nearly perfect, and then the follow up is the third one is I don't know, and then they just put out a record that I think is really good, maybe even better than their first.
Yeah, Timothy was playing around the stew last night, and it is stellar.
It's good.
Yeah, so I think that like they can. I would either be. I think. I don't know, but when sophomore hits, it's like it's the best. Like when that hits, when it's like the first one is pretty good and the second one is like perfect. That I feel like is so frequent for me.
Would you agree that
personally.
Shed is the best example of that?
It's a good example. I think Smashing Pumpkins have a good example, but I also really love Gish. So I don't. I'm gonna go sophomore, but I'm not. I can't even like confidently say why. Title Fight's a good enough reason for me, but I feel like that's the case in a lot of situations, right? A lot of bands I think of, like I can be like, that's the second one is like the first real introduction to them. Whereas like the first record will be sort of like a mixture of old stuff or maybe an old lineup, and then they start touring, they get it together, they put out like the songs proper. So I'm gonna say sophomore.
Huh.
You can make a case for any of them though.
Yeah, you really can.
Yeah.
What about you then, Chase?
I lean towards first or last.
I think that's not from first to last. That band is the one that you want.
Oh, that hitting. I don't know. I think I lean towards first because I'm thinking of like a bunch of releases that I really enjoy. The American Football self-titled, for a lot of stuff from like that era.
Yeah, I mean,
even like some Sun, like I don't know what would be considered first, but maybe Sun Kill Moon would fit into that.
Sun Kill Moon album, it's all the same.
Huh?
He can put out different records.
Mark Kozlik?
You can pick any one. It's all he's doing the same thing.
Do I say his name, Sun Kill Moon, or Red House Painters? You know what I mean? It's
same,
all good.
If you're talking about Sun Kill Moon, you can start first, second, whichever one you want to choose, and he's doing. It's the same amount of instruments. It's the same type of singing. He's not mixing it up.
I walked into the store the other day. I need to look this up. I don't know if he released music as a pseudonym or it's a band I never realized was part of his, but it was him singing. And clearly him playing guitar, because you can hear that tone of like that.
You're sure it was him? Because there's a lot of people doing Kozlik bits.
Oh, Timbo, I mean like,
yeah,
undoubtedly. But it was a different band that I'd never heard of or never seen the album cover before.
He's got a lot of little projects too.
Exactly, with like random
And this is more your, I like it, but it's more your world than
that's where like my true love is, like Owen and that stuff. Like I love hip hop and I love all that shit, but that's really where if I had to listen to just one thing, it'd be Midwest emo in the definition of Sun Kill Moon, Red House Painters, Owen, shit like that.
Well, I'm with you, but I'm just it's a different like Mineral and stuff. I want it to be. I like the loud element of it. I want the guitar. And the thing is that the more I'm thinking about that, I think I'm that, because if you're even being like, well, I really love Elliott Smith and I've always loved Elliott Smith. And I know that's sad sack music, but that's not acoustic guitar in one guy. In fact, the stuff that he does music, with that, I would say, well, I mean, there's like his first record, that was mostly acoustic, I suppose. But the ones I love is like Happiness, where there's a lot of instrumentation. So I feel like I don't like sad sack as much as like you'd assume.
I just decided in that moment, and I agree.
I like guitars and drums and stuff.
You like
I don't
guitars
really hear
and drums.
lyrics. I've said this a million times. I really don't know that many lyrics off the top of my head. Like I hear it. I know the harmony, but I don't know.
We haven't talked about it yet, but also just real quick to shout it out. The new JSOM record, JAY_SOM, is
it's a really good record.
Absolutely stellar for fans of, what would you say? For folks who aren't familiar?
Oh, I don't know what you'd categorize as. If you if you're like
the lead is a girl.
Yeah,
I think it's her. It's her whole project.
Yeah, it's like smarter Clairo.
Okay,
it's like a little less marketable Clairo,
but it's also a little like. She'll do like kind of lo-fi, weird transitions.
Bedroom poppy.
Yeah, bedroom pop. But anyway, JSOM, go listen to that new record. And then if that interests you, she has 2 or 3 that are also really good previously from like dating back to like 2018 or something. Yeah. I love sad sack acoustic shit. I love old Alex G, new Alex G. Mike Kinsella, Mark Kozlik.
Dude, I we've talked about this so many times, but I don't know if it was on pod, and not like we have anything specific going here. I love that Logan Hotel song from Alex G. I've listened to that 1 million times.
Is that the live version of the?
I love that song.
I can't listen. We don't need to wax on about Alex G, but I agree with you, dude. And Cole, you started playing Louisiana, and dude, there's a pang. Of like, I swear to God, I could flip my 16 Civic with my bare hands when I hear those drums come in. It's so sick.
The motorcycle sounds.
Oh my God, Alex G is so good. Sick. Not only was he the best live, but also his catalog front to back. Like you can go back 6-7 years and it's all amazing.
Motorcycle sounds in music should be. Jeez Louise, they used to do it in like hip hop a lot more. A lot of like motorcycle sounds and samples. That's cool. They should think about that. There's a little note for the music industry.
Yeah,
Jay-Z, if you want to hit me up as a consultant. That's my only bit I have.
Yeah. Motorcycle sounds.
Do you think we could add like a Ducati sound to just someone ripping on a Ducati?
You're literally doing that. I think you should leave it. The guy steering wheel so small, fly out the window.
It's a good idea. I stand by it. All right, what's another question?
Well, what I was thinking we could do. So this is gonna drop this week. Right before, because then I think what we should do is for the listeners that are listening right now, it's a thing to say. We are going to have a 4-parter. That's all the Discord questions. What I think would be kind of fun to maybe tease some of these is we can do some of the new ones that we just got recently.
You want to do like a little mix so that you can... Okay.
Yeah.
So what Cole's saying is that in the next few episodes that are going to come, basically through December for us, we had to pile because we're going to be super busy. We've pre-recorded a ton of podcasts.
Where I am being a real B is what I'm. If you
it's less topic. Well, it's less topical and it's more about like but we get right into it. It's like all users submitted like either their fashion rules or hot takes they have or whatever. So we broke it up into a bunch of different pieces and then did all the questions that are inside of those. So it's just kind of a little bit more rapid fire than we normally do.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. You're saying we'll mix a couple of those in and we'll kind of do those the way we're doing so you kind of can know what's coming.
Yeah.
All right, yeah,
exactly.
Cool. Great.
Okay, so this is going to fall under the personal rule take here. Stuff needs to age well. If it won't potentially age well or still look great when repaired, I will not buy it. I'd rather have a wax jacket that gets better with age that I can re-wax and repair myself than a Gore-Tex jacket that will look weird after a couple years.
My gut says I kind of agree with them, but through a different lens. So I have a couple things from like Nanamika, like the more like nylon. What's the word I'm looking for? Like poly, like man-made material, not natural material. That stuff doesn't typically show age, and I don't like that about it. So I think loosely, yes, I like when I get a garment and I can think, cool, if I wear this over the X amount of years, I know it's going to wear in some ways, and I like that. But I don't necessarily... It's not that I think stuff looks bad after X amount of years. I just think I want it to show wear. So I loosely agree with that personal rule.
Yeah.
I like when things show wear, and I know that it will.
I'm realizing that maybe I don't think this, actually, as I'm thinking it out, because... Not that I don't want things to age well, obviously.
Yeah.
But I don't buy a lot of things that are really intended to be like worn hard. If that makes sense.
Not that they wouldn't look good if you wore them hard, but they're not like.
Yeah. I mean, this rules out like, I guess all knitwear, basically. You know what I mean? So you're just not going to wear knitwear. So I'm already kind of not on board with this.
Well,
you have to take care of it, but it doesn't age.
Oh. What about your vintage J. Crew sweaters? Like, there's a quality about them that's really cool. That
they get kind of like
certainly vintage,
hilly, and you can always like darn them too. Like if you
see
get
what I'm
like
saying though. This isn't exactly. I mean, it's like if you're talking about, I only want to buy something that's built to like that. It's to put wear on.
Yeah,
you're not gonna put real wear on a sweater.
Yeah,
you know
that's fair.
So I'm kind of out there. T-shirts aren't really meant to like age well. Now they're meant to last a long time if you get good ones, but they're not meant to age really well.
Yeah.
Any blazer I can think to buy isn't going to show age.
And a blazer probably shouldn't look beat over. No. I don't think that
you don't want a
maybe
beat suit.
If you wore the piss out of this and you wore through the elbows and you did a little 1-2s, like maybe, but also I don't think that's really
probably just buy a new one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and the thing is, like, I still think it will last the time that it's supposed to last, but I don't believe that every item of clothing I have is meant to last me eternally.
No.
I have really no interest in that because it's also like, you're just going to get let down. That is a tough ask. And I also don't want to wear the same thing all the time because I just like clothes. Yeah. It doesn't mean I'm against what the line of thinking is here. I think the line of thinking is good. And I think that there's plenty of things that brands like we carry, like that offer this to that person looking for those things, but I don't necessarily think personally I'm with it. There's nothing I can think that I like to wear a lot really falls into that category.
And you also...
There's certain pieces, like, I got that Harold leather jacket. I imagine that it's a classic leather jacket. I imagine that'll age well and kind of, it's never going to go out of style. So I agree with buying things that you're like I've been looking at this Lemaire jacket I want to get, and I don't usually fuss over stuff too much, but I've been really trying to think about things where I'm like, oh, I'll have that now, and even if I'm not wearing it I'll always want to have that in the closet because it's like such a classic, easy piece to have.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to not have that. and I don't have the item that it is right now. It's just kind of a longer coat, you know, and I just don't want it to be too heavy, so I can kind of get away with it a little bit more in transitional because that's a lot of what we deal with weather-wise.
Yeah.
So I can see buying something to be like, I don't ever want this to go out of style, and I think that you can kind of like you can make those choices, and I try to make a lot of those choices that I can. But I don't care if it's, you know, when I buy like a Tencel wool like longer jacket, I don't anticipate that having like showing
Like the Oral
wear.
E one, you have that tan one.
Yeah, that one's not going to show when you wear no matter what I do. It doesn't mean it won't last a long time. It's just it's not gonna show. If the question is that like the showing of wear, which I understand.
Yeah.
I'm not drawn to clothes these days that feel that way.
Well,
Like,
you're
I
also
don't
going to
want
buy
raws.
it used, dude. You're happy to buy things that are used and broken in already.
Yeah,
Like you literally
yeah.
sit around the store, you're like, maybe I buy some shoes, I'll pay for them, Cole wears them for 6 months, and then they're yours. You know what
Well,
I
then
mean?
I would wear them more. No
Yeah.
question. Because it's
Yeah.
like that whole like I did this with like loafers I just had where I'm like, I don't want to wear them. They're not broken into the point where I want them to be. And then as soon as they hit that point, then I wear them
then they're
nonstop.
great, dude. Yeah.
You know, but it's
those
just
Paraboot ones?
Yeah.
Those are
Now
awesome.
I love them. You know, what I mean, but they needed like they just needed to flatten out and wear, and I just didn't want to. I don't like wearing new stuff too much.
Yeah.
No, I feel
So
you.
it's like I don't know. I get what the sentiment is, and I sort of agree with the sentiment if that's for you. But I also don't prefer clothes that really show wear. Actually,
To
it's a
have
preference thing. You know what I mean? Not to say that there
Yeah.
aren't pieces I have that I do want to show wear, or like that I'm buying stuff to show wear. That's why I like buying old jeans because they're already ready to go.
They already have the.
So this one's kind of a unique one actually from all the ones we've answered. Where I'm not really sure where I land. Like I like
Yeah.
what
What
we're
he's
putting
trying
out
to-
there.
yeah.
but
I
just don't
love
know
when
that I
somebody wears
personally
something
do.
to the ground.
I do too. I like that.
Yeah.
I like when I see someone that's like, oh, you've had that forever, man. You've put in the wear on that. That's great. But I don't do it that often anymore. I might just be sort of I might be out of this season of life though. You know what I mean? Because like, you know, there's pieces I have now that I've been thinking lately. This might just be too heavy for me. I might just not be a heavy guy. I like things to be.
Well, Timbo, you rarely layer up or wear something like particularly heavy. You know what I mean?
Jeans, t-shirt, jacket.
Yeah.
Same thing every day. It's just different variations.
I
of the
think
same
straight up for like 2 or 3 weeks, this has been the.
the-
By the way, that
just
Harrow,
a million different versions of
Yeah.
the same
Yeah.
thing.
yeah.
that Harrow leather jacket is my favorite item of yours that you own. I don't tell you you look good in it because you hate that.
I've asked you to
but
not
every
do that.
every time you wear it, I'm like, fuck, that jacket goes hard. It's really sick. I've asked you
man.
not to do that.
Especially on pod.
No, I thought it was a good. Well, and I think what he's to maybe like not to speak for him, but it seems like he's more speaking in terms of a jacket. Like obviously you're not gonna want to have like sweat stained t-shirts. You know, I don't think people are
Yeah.
looking. They're not like,
Old
oh, I can't wait to
socks
get
yeah.
to blow out these underwear or something.
I
think
agree.
it's-
Like, here's the things I agree on it with. There's certain things. It's like any sort of canvas jacket, the more fucking torn that thing is,
Oh,
cooler. The
so
cooler it
cool.
is.
Yeah.
Leather's obviously the same way. I think that like shoes, I do agree. Like I think
leather.
a beat up shoe, nothing's
Yeah.
kind of cornier than like a brand new shoe unless you're
Ugh,
unless you've got
sickening.
that thing polished up to like dress up.
Yeah.
That's insane.
like a patent shoe or something.
So yeah, I get it in on with certain items or maybe certain fabrics, but
Yeah.
because I would still prefer to buy used items, even sometimes than like brand new ones we have, just because I like the wear on them. I know
Yeah.
that then I'll wear them a lot, and I like that they fit kind of funky, and you got to make it
Kind of in your.
It fights back a little bit.
Yeah.
I like that.
No, I like that. I disagree with his Gore-Tex jacket though. I have me and Drew both have like old ass Arc'teryx jackets from like 2004. And I think they look so, because they get sun faded.
Yeah.
You know, it gets like the color gets fucked up.
Yeah.
The zipper, it just looks like that is a cool thing. I'm with him that, you know, you got to patch it with a Gore-Tex patch or something. But
Oh, and no question that a down jacket gets kind of stinky sometimes.
Yeah.
So you're like,
Oh.
what this is, but it smells weird.
no, that's true. But I don't know. That would be a fun little one.
Yeah, no,
little
that's
teaser.
good. That's good.
The next one we have, this is going to be a hot take. Stop wearing sweatpants with dressy stuff. Just makes it look like you are trying to copy an ALD lookbook. Sweatpants are cool, but please no more sweatpants with beige overcoat and or blazer.
Resounding yes from me, and I'm just gonna say this: you don't have as much swag as that ALD model. Period.
Here comes the bitch.
No, yeah, here comes a real beat. You don't have as much swag as that model. No, nobody that I've met in my life does or will. That dude legitimately is an outlier where I think he can look good in like legitimately in everything. ALD does a really good job with their stylings, with their set design, with building their world. So I think that that's a little bit of like an unfair cheat code where like, yeah, you're not going to look cool in the sweatpants and the overcoat. I agree with that. If you want to wear sweats like we were talking about, that's cool. But like if you're going to try to dress it up in that way where it's like an overcoat and you got all your shit and like some big boots and shit, maybe that's not it. But
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I disagree. And here's why. Because I think that everyone needs to get where they get in fashion by taking small steps. And I don't know where everyone else comes from. I'm not going to look cool in sweatpants and a camel coat. It's just that, you know what I mean? Like, that's definitely more of that ALD streetwear type shit. It's just not where I came in at, you know what I mean? So it's not going to hit for me. I don't think it's going to look cool on me because it's not my swag, you know what I mean? But I also can see that if you are maybe just a guy who's always liked sneakers or like felt comfortable in sweatpants mixed with, you know, stuff. And like, this is a way where it's like, oh, I didn't think about if I just got like a nicer sweatpant and paired that with a, you know, a nice a Chesterfield's a classic jacket. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Throw that on camel hair also is, I do think that kind of looks good on anybody. I'll disagree. I think that looks good on everyone. I understand the pairing that they're talking about with the hat and all that, you know, I get it.
New Balances and shit.
But at the same time, like that's a pretty like what ALD didn't make that up. Ralph Lauren, I would argue, kind of made that up, and I think that was pulled from a lot of different places. You know, so I think that, and it certainly has sort of permeated to a certain extent New York culture. So I think that like those all came from. So if this is how you're coming in, and that's your first like, hey, I'm gonna get a more instead of going like Nike, I'm going to go with a New Balance because that's their thing. And I kind of get that. And that softens it up and makes it, I have to be a little bit more mindful of how I'm putting it together. And I put it with a gray sweatpant, which is kind of, I mean, it's not like a gray sweatpant's out of fashion. It's an item, you know what I mean? It's just an item that'll always exist.
Yeah.
And then have that with a classic jacket. And then that's my first step into the next thing. What's the problem here, guys? You know what I mean? Like those are all classic items. It's just put together in a way that like, that's not the way you and I came to came to fashion. Probably mostly through music and skateboarding. I probably came through fashion with a capital F mixed with music and skateboarding.
Yeah.
And or Ralph Lauren, really. So I kind of understand that. I don't know. Like I sort of. To me, it's like if that's how you're getting there, that's fine. You know what I mean? That's just a stepping stone that a lot of people took. And I think that the problem is there's a lot of hard knee-jerk reactions to that. There was a lot of clones of guys where it's like, you know, just felt like, oh, we kind of. This is the bot culture we're talking about where it's like, oh, everyone's kind of doing the same exact thing.
Yeah.
But like, that's just a trend it's just looking at a different type of bell curve of a trend. Yeah. As whereas like, you know, we're in the very niche category and everyone pats ourselves on the back for being like, we only got, you know, but realistically, everyone came through raw denim that's into this stuff.
More or less, yeah.
And I think that a guy wearing like soup to nuts, like 21 ounce Ironheart top and bottom with the Iron Rangers and the white tee, and an Ebbets Field hat. That's basically the same thing as you're just describing step one just from a different angle.
Yeah, I
have
can
no
dig
problem with step one in the same way I don't have problem with the step one. I mean, it's annoying and a little hat at this point. I get that. There's probably new influences you should be looking towards, but
yeah, I actually, I'll walk it back a little bit. I agree with Timothy saying like, if that's how you're getting into this and you want to do that and you feel good, then so be it. While I think the outfit would look better with not a pair of gray sweatpants, then I do. Yeah. I generally do. I think there's a lot of ways to do that same look.
But a lot of people don't want to abandon, like, why am I still wearing band tees? Why are you still wearing like, you know what I mean? Like
things I wear.
I'm trying to think of a good example. I didn't have one, but you know what I'm saying? Like, like you're definitely still wearing like silhouettes that you felt comfortable with when you were younger. You pull all this stuff along with you and you keep just enough around.
Yeah.
Yes, I used to buy basketball sneakers because I liked basketball.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like as a part of streetwear or anything like that because we didn't really have that. We just had basketball because I was in Indiana.
Yeah.
And we just wore that with jeans and t-shirts. But if that's how I like came through this and I thought, oh, I want to upgrade my stuff because I'm getting older, but I don't feel totally comfortable leaving everything behind, or I don't want to leave everything behind because I care about it.
Yeah.
Well, then bringing some of that stuff in, like athletic wear and sneakers and shit, I got no problem with that. As long as I think it's what I don't care for, there's our boy.
I know.
Yeah. Shout out. Yeah. What I don't care for is the like, jumping into that culture having come nothing from it.
Yeah.
Like that's a little strange to me when it's like you didn't care about sneakers and suddenly you do. You know, I mean that's weird.
Yeah.
Or you never wore any kind of streetwear and suddenly we're incorporating that indoor. That seems a little strange.
We've seen
to
that
me.
happen. Yeah.
I've definitely had friends, usually rich kids, that try to like trend hop like that, and that just feels so inauthentic to given people that I think it feels wrong.
Yeah, I think we're responding to that.
So,
you know what?
That I don't.
The doing what you have always done triggered a thought. When I was in high school, there was this older kid. He would have been a senior when I was a freshman, and I like knew him growing up. He was my buddy's cousin, but he was like really good at basketball, really good at sports, and he always had like, some like relaxed sweatpants with like the Jordans tied just right and like a hoodie. And I remember thinking like, I'm dressing as a skateboarder. I would wear like my black 511s, a flannel, and ratty ass skate shoes. But I always thought like, damn dude, like he looks so cool. I wish that was my swag. And I was like, but it's not. I dress this way and this is what I do. I don't live his lifestyle, so I can't just start wearing Jordans and basketball shoes and I'm like not good at basketball. You know what I mean? But like I admired that in him and wanted that to be my thing, but I so earnestly felt that I wasn't, that I didn't. You know what I mean?
That's sometimes the problem I have with that a statement like this one, where it's like, yeah, you can just learn to appreciate things that aren't for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I agree. I see that swag a lot, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is really
cool.
It's not gonna look cool on me.
And it's undoubtedly their thing. They're not doing a bit of trend hopping. You can just tell that dude's been wearing Jordans for a long time.
There's a particular guy that he's an artist. I cannot think of his name right now, but he's tangentially involved in fashion, and I think his wife is too. I'll try to see if I can find it. We can link it or something. But he wears clothes in this way that I could never fathom to put the clothes in. He does a little bit of this, like, sweatpants with things, and, big baggy sweatpants with things, and I'm like, damn, it really works. Like you can tell this is just he's always been doing this, and he's evolved it to this look, and it really makes sense to me, and it feels authentic, and he'll do it with like really great, like, vintage, big boxy vintage, like leather driving coats and stuff. And I'm like, damn, this is really a good look. Like, so I think that if you're going to do it at a level that you're going to get the respect of like fashion guys, it's a really tough thing to do. And it really needs to be like your thing. So if that's what you're writing, I think that's super cool. I think that if you're just getting into it, that's also fine and all well. I think just know that like, I don't know. I think I'm fine with it. Is there,
and you know what
I think about it? I'm like, I think I'm just fine with it.
Yeah, and I think I'm getting there too, because per what I said at the beginning of the episode, as long as you feel good, I don't care. We're answering the question because it's prompted to us, but I really truly do not care. If you feel good, who am I to say that I know better? I
think that what we keep trying to, I think we got to this a couple times in different ways throughout the conversations that'll be in the next pod, are basically, it's not exactly just the like, I don't care. It's that the only way you're going to really look good is if you're doing it for yourself. So if this feels good to you, then I'm really not worried about what somebody else is doing. Yeah. And I also think, especially with, and I know we're just being judgy in fashion and that's part of fashion, but I also want everyone to understand Canoe Club has always felt that part of fashion sucks ass, because it does. And it's like, give someone the space to try shit out. Like, we're not going to bring up your old fit pics and like thrash them, you know what I mean? And like talk about all the dumb mistakes you made along the way. Yeah. Like I'm saying, like many of the guys that are going to have problems with that are like style forum guys or
Reddit.
Raw denim guys. Yeah. And you're like, don't act like you're above. You're doing the same bit. It's just with a different font. You know what I mean? So I just, I think, just give people the space to try things out. And if that's the speed they're going, that's all right. That looks better than streetwear used to. Yeah. I'd argue that ALD has done a lot for making streetwear feel more finished. You know what I mean? Like a little, and I don't mean polished, but it'll have a little bit more of like a, when I close my eyes, I can think of what it is, rather than being so kind of hodgepodge that it's sort of hard to know where it's at. Totally. So I think that's fine. And it kind of brought that old polo culture back, which I think that stuff was really cool. So
totally.
Yeah. And I stand by it though. Nobody's got as much swag as that guy. So
we have time for one more? Do you guys want it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to try to make sense of this as best as I can. So this is a personal rule, but also kind of a hot take. There are certain brands for certain items of clothing / footwear. For example, Converse is a shoe brand that makes a very Chuck Taylor. They make it, right? They're the OG. Therefore, I will only wear shoes that have that Chuck Taylor look from Converse. Same, where you get Levi's was one of the biggest makers of the, pants. Yeah. I will only buy Levi jeans. Goes also to like Barber. Barber is known for wax jackets. I will buy a Barber. Danner for boots. Yeah. And the only exceptions would be Ralph Lauren and Visvim. How do you guys feel about that?
Well, I don't know about the exceptions, but I do sort of like this because I love classics.
Yep.
Because I think there's something so cool that like everyone has touched it. Everyone can touch it. Usually if they're in this vein, they are accessible to people.
Yeah.
And I think that that's what makes, if they can permeate cool, even beyond being as saturated as possible, that's how you decide what an icon piece is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, I do kind of like this line of thinking. Like if they make the best one, they make the best one.
Yeah. Why go to another one?
Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree at all either. I think like I'm not going to buy a duck boot from anybody else but LL Bean.
Now, listen, I understand that like we're also coming from a place where when they mention Visvim, it's probably because of the Skagway but Visvim's entire ethos is basically taking incredibly common American sportswear in most cases and putting it through a different lens. And sometimes, I hear people bash like fashion shoes and stuff a lot. The main reason in my mind those things exist is because this is supposed to be one designer's full take on something. And it does make sense that a Skagway, the way it sits, the way it fits, the way it looks, the way its top-down view is, the way the materials are, that is meant to look good with the rest of Visvim. Whereas I actually think that like a straight-up black Chuck Taylor, like Chuck 70 with like a full Visvim kit is going to be sort of a staunch difference. You know what I mean? In material weight, in material makeup, in silhouette, in sort of like color palette, it will be wrong a little bit. And I do sort of understand so why those things need to exist, and I think they should exist.
Yeah.
That being said, for me personally, I do tend to like the like classic of the item because I think there's something fun about having to like work, like you've got to make it your own because everyone knows that there's nothing unique about it and you've got to make it swaggy. And how often do you see someone in like a beat pair of Chucks and you're like, or doing it or putting them with an outfit I wouldn't normally associate them with them and you're like, fuck dude, that cool. Looks good.
Yeah,
it looks different than I normally.
If I were in the market for like a red and black buffalo check shirt or jacket, I'd get a Mackinac Cruiser. You know what I mean? Like, I think that would be so cool.
Yeah.
It's still a cool piece. You're going to get a lot of longevity out of it. It is an icon. So, I agree with that. I agree with that in a lot of ways. Yeah. The only thing that I actually will say I disagree with in just that you should maybe broaden the horizon slightly is, well, I think Levi's are the OG of jeans. There's no doubt that's undoubtable. But there are like at least 10 other brands that are basically making Levi's, but in better materials, in better manufacturing situations, with better ethos, et cetera, et cetera. You can't deny that like Levi's owns like an entire block in San Francisco, and they're a jean company. So all I'm saying is somewhere along the lines, they're not. If what you're talking about is like you want quality and shit, I think that somebody's making an exact to the inch or half inch replica of every year of Levi's somewhere out there. If you look on the internet hard enough, with better material made by somebody that might be paid a little bit more.
So that is maybe you might have. I could be convinced out of this actually a little bit based on I think where you're headed, which is Chuck Taylor exists for a reason. Like that brand Converse, it's a huge company. It's obviously owned by Nike, and I'm sure that's I don't know. I think they're them, but usually it's owned by some other company. That's owned by some other company.
Nike is owned by BlackRock. Or
so the thing I do maybe could convince myself out of this to a certain degree for is you're right in the sense that there's a lot of people making an alternative to that classic that usually is an adjustment that's for the better because why else mess with it? And then usually being made from better materials and probably paying better wages. And the nice thing, the thing that's cool about the classic pieces is whoever invented them, the reason that exists or there's an association with it, like there is like a legacy that you have that you get to kind of be a part of or live inside or better understand. Maybe it's good to have both. The more I'm talking about, maybe it's good to have one Chuck Taylor and one Skagway because one, you're supporting a small business, and you're supporting an art form, and they've done all these things and like tweaking. Like at least I learned this a lot, and like as I learn more about painting, the subtlety is everything that matters. You know what I mean? Everything else is basically just this big blocking out bullshit that you do to get things on a canvas, and then everything you do from there, all the choices you make or don't make, or what makes it the thing. So like all the subtlety that goes into a Skagway being different than a Chuck Taylor are calculated moves. You know what I mean? It's not just like, hey, let's thwart the copyright on this so we're good to go. That's not what's happening. And if you've ever worn a pair of those, it's an astronomical difference than getting
they're completely different, no doubt.
Yeah.
Especially now. So there's reasons for all of that. And I do like, if the reasons are I'm doing that to support local artists and blah, 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 and ethical trade in some cases.
Sure.
Now, I'm not sure if I can stand on this for every single item.
Yeah.
But in most cases, at least,
I would.
So that's a pretty good argument for.
I like to assume that Filson is paying employees well. It's like I think they still try to keep a lot of American manufacturing. I don't know. You never know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. My thing is, I largely agree.
Yeah.
And I'm still going to buy a duck boot from LL Bean and only LL Bean. I'm not going to buy it from somebody else. And Filson's cool, and Eddie Bauer and stuff like that's cool. But like Eddie Bauer also maybe. The working conditions aren't so good in some of the manufacturing plants. You know what I mean? So I don't know. When you're talking about icon pieces that are named
if that's important to you, I think that's a valid reason to make that change, and you can do your research. And I think that there's also sort of like, for example, like I love black canvas shoes of all kinds. So obviously the main two being a Vans Authentic and a Converse Chuck Taylor. Now, and I've got 2 pairs of each of those in black in my closet right now at different levels of wear that I kind of always just keep around.
Yeah.
That being said, I've also had Skagways. I've had what's that Rick Owens one called? I've had a pair of those before. Ramones. Yeah. I've had no shortage of I've had catchball versions. I've had no shortage of shoes that basically fit the exact same thing, and they all operate differently. Yeah. So maybe also it's like okay to find your lane, and then once you find your lane like that, go, oh, what could it look like if this was a different material or from a different maker? But I know that breaks the whole hot take, but
yeah.
I could go either. These are 2 good ones in a row because I feel like in the ones we did after this, we knew right away. But I could go either way on both of these
this debate could probably go on all day, and I could go back and forth all day, just with different examples. I think if you're going to buy something that is mimicking something that you know by name, like the Mackinac Cruiser or the Duck Boot or the Levi's 501, then it should be an improvement either in material, construction, or ethos.
That's a good rule to put in place for it. Is that if you're doing it, it's because the material, you're happy to support the brand, whatever it is, those all go up. Yeah, that's good. Yeah,
like don't go down. Don't buy a cheaper Mackinac Cruiser. That is a bad move, and that's tacky. Yeah, exactly. But if you're going to spend more on it for a nice company that is their ethos are out there, and you know it, and you know they're making good shit, then that's a home run. Totally, do that for sure.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
Cool. I like that a lot. It's fun to reframe some of these things too, because as I've said 100 times, I'm happy to be wrong and eat crow. I just like chit chatting and saying my silly little opinions.
Should we do is that all we have?
Yeah.
Should we do a what's in or what's
rivals? Yes. So this comes out Thursday, Cole?
Yes.
All right, great. So as of this, Pod Going Live 1, we made the Aaron Levine Studio Nicholson product live.
Yep. Going quickly.
Yeah. So pop over and check that shit out. The Studio Nicholson stuff is nice. Yeah, it's we knew it with the Beam stuff, but this shit's nice, dude. Yeah. Really like
Very
that.
Very good.
So
our boy Aaron Levine just knocking it out of the park.
Yeah, come on, baby. Come out and see us again.
Got a bunch of Stussy in, another thing that's going really fast. So if you've been keen on any of that shit, use a little borrowed a phrase from you.
Puffers are moving, yep.
Or Elite came in, but also going incredibly fast. Most of it's gone.
Yeah, and in fact, those jackets, I think we have a size 5 in the black one on the way back. Should arrive today or tomorrow. So I will be putting that online. So if you are listening to this and you're that person that got the 5, good on you.
Couple new scents from Comme des Garçons.
What do you think about those, Timbo?
I love them. I got the Max Richter myself. You got the
Ciros.
Yep.
Ciros.
You don't even know anything about. You don't even know John Richter. You don't know anything about games.
I like that one a lot. Kind of like it smells like honey to me. Like Manuka honey.
Ciros. Mm-hmm. I thought the same thing. I thought it smelled very warm and sweet. It's very sweet.
Mm-hmm. It smells like fenugreek. That's what it smells like to me.
Well, both of them are good. Either way. I like both of them. I think both of them are solid. We already mentioned Aviva, right?
Aviva, G-Face, shoes come. Workaday has landed. I think we said it. Yeah, we can speed through these. What else came just really quick? We have a double RL vest under there.
Yeah. New Confect. We already talked about that.
New Confect. Hey, Harrell.
Yeah.
Harrell. Is this the remainder of Harrell, Timothy?
This is everything else, yeah.
Okay. This is the remainder of Fall Winter 25 Harrell. It's incredibly good. Willie is shooting what he needs to shoot as we speak. So it should be online hopefully by the time of this pod coming out. Today's Tuesday?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 2 days. Probably will be online, if not by the end of the week, certainly. So that stuff's really good. A lot of pants, some restock, some new. I
Look, we're forgetting
Catchball is in
Coming.
transit-ish.
Yeah.
We had some international hiccups there, but Catchball's on the way. And then
Ordinary
Fits
Fits.
is on
Ordinary
the way.
Fits is on the way. Yes. In full, correct? The entirety of the order?
Yes. And
I'm excited.
Or some Orslo, the rest of the fall winter shipment, as well as some restocks.
And some restocks, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I also slid something in there that's kind of it was on an ATS report that I slid something in there last minute that I was like, how is this on here? It's like an older item that I know people ask about a lot.
Are you going to say what it is?
Let's let it be a fun surprise. Also, because I might buy it if it comes. So
Is it just one item?
It's one item. They only had
damn.
one, but I was like, we got to get it.
Yeah.
I was like, if it's not for me, it'll be for somebody.
Yeah, somebody will
Somebody's
snatch
gonna
it.
want this thing.
That's sick.
Got that.
We got that one Lemaire.
Oh yeah, we got
blazer.
the
Oh, that's a
Lemaire
nice blazer.
blazer.
really
Yeah,
cool
really
blazer.
nice, really nice, and that great material.
What else?
Is that everything?
Did we get some? Oh, we got some docks.
Oh, yeah, Lol Chukka. That's a very
those are
cool
tight,
shoe.
dude. Those are
Yeah.
Cool
Cool.
docks.
If you needed like a kind of a beater boot, that thing will look cool. Beat up.
Yeah.
I really like the shape of that thing.
Yeah.
It's very, like,
And
90s.
then some of the J-Woo stuff. We kind of shouted that
Oh,
out.
the J-Woo, that almost gone on the lights, but we just, the jacket and the pants are up. And ready.
The lights are sick.
Yeah, you got your setup, huh?
Yeah, I got it set up. I was an idiot, and I set it up incorrectly when I showed you guys.
Whoops.
It was upside down. The brackets inside.
Oh.
So if
Nonetheless,
the
user
listeners
error.
did that, just do it in the opposite of what I did.
Just Coliander over here, just throwing it together haphazard.
Yeah, basically.
All right, listen, Freeze.
He's
I'm
got
gonna
to
pee my
We gotta
pants.
go.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Bye. Gia, how are you today?
Good.
Good. What's your favorite color?
All of the colors in the world.
Okay. What's your favorite thing about Cheddar, Uncle Cheddar?
That is funny.
That he's funny?
Funny.
Yeah, he is funny. What do you like to do with him? You gotta be careful. This is called dead air. You gotta be careful. What's your favorite subject in school?
Recess.
Can you read
Yes.
chapter books?
Yes.
Wow.
I read little. Wait. I read this whole book that was called Itty Bitty
Kitty?
Kitty. Itty Kitty Princess Kitty. Itty Bitty Princess Kitty.
And what was that about?
There was a cat that was going to find the unusual sound that was making the time go wrong and making the whole land go crazy, like the time was wrong because of someone else singing with the mermaids. Why do you wear shoes every single day inside?
Yeah, this is the thing that drives her nuts. Is when I get home, I don't take off my shoes, or even when I do, I have like house shoes that I wear around the house.
Yeah.
Drives her crazy. Crazy. Are you jealous of it, or you just don't like it?
One of the rules are not to no shoes allowed in the house.
Yeah. I've never listened to that rule one time in my life. Tell me about your cats. What cats do you have? What are their names?
Frankie and Juno.
Which one is nicest?
You like Juno?
Who is strongest?
Frankie.
Yeah.
Because
Who's
she
in
climbed the
charge?
Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Frankie had two.
Yeah. Who's
She-
in charge?
She battles.
Do you think Frank's in charge or
Yes,
Juno's in charge?
Frankie.
Yeah. Which one do you think likes me more?
Frankie.
Frank? What do you want to get for Christmas?
lots and lots of dolly stuff.
Dolly stuff?
I mean, kitty stuff for not for nacho, for sugar cookie.
Sugar cookie, yeah. Okay, should we let Cheddar start it? Yeah, check it. Do you want to?
No,
Hey,
I don't want to let Cheddar start.
You just want to do the pod by yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
What's that mean?
Sure you did that.
Mm-hmm. No. But I want to be still in the pod.
Let's still be on the pod.
Maybe we could just move a chair right here.
You just want to put a chair? You'll put a chair right here. Yeah.
Then
jump
you
in.
could do it.
Do you have any thoughts or opinions on fashion?
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Gems.
Gems.
Yes. Black.
All black. Monotone. What do you like from Uniqlo? Heat Tech.
Yes.
Yeah, Heat Tech.
And heat tech pants and heat tech.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Cold lady.
I'm gonna press my nose against this microphone. No.
Can you say bye to everyone?
No, I want Cheddar to be in it. He could just pull up a new chair. But I still really want to be in the podcast.
Yeah, this is like a Captain Phillips situation. He's out.
Oh, when?
We'll do a Patreon episode.
When?
You can prepare questions. Look at this dog, G. He's biting his leash. All right.
No,
Say bye, everybody.
I really want to. I want to do it now. Bye.
Give a big wave.
See you later, alligator.
Thank you, Gia.